All right, what is up, beautiful people? Today we're going to be talking about my Ayurvedic treatment that I went through here at Fairfield. And, this is my first time getting introduced to these Ayurvedic therapies, how they work. I have no idea about this, but the point is that I'm here in Fairfield. There are people who can do this at a discount rather than going to a full-fledged Ayurvedic facility and have it cost how much ever these things cost. I don't know, but this one that we're covering in this video was the Abhyanga and the Shirodhara. I hope I pronounced those right, but first time I even heard of those things, but I know that there's a gentleman by the name of Dave here who is local at the TM. He also works at the Raj, which is an Ayurvedic clinic, but I contacted him outside of that and to do it privately. And what this is if you've ever heard of this, you kind of know what it is. But this is like an oil bath. You get doused in oil. The Abhyanga is an oil massage with warm oil. We used, I think it was sesame oil, very nutty oil. And apparently it's thin enough that it penetrates through the body, the skin, the muscles, the tissues, and all those things. And the massage is done front and back along the limbs, long strokes. And when you get to the joints, it's a bit smaller strokes. Front and back, so it's from head to toe oil. There's no holding back. Like, I've never seen oil used in this fashion before. I didn't know oil could be used in this fashion. But yeah, it was, it's kind of like your full body massage, gentle. It's not deep tissue at all. It doesn't hurt at all. It's very, it's not just rubbing the oil on, but there is a little bit of pressure. It does get blood flowing. And for someone like me who's a Vata body type, which does get dry in the winter, this kind of treatment is perfect. I had so much oil all over me. It kind of combats the dryness. The circulation of blood helps with moving things through the body and out of the body. Anything that along the channels, obviously any massage is kind of similar to that. And I found it relaxing. Especially warm oil. Very, very enjoyable. I do like oil, and during this time of year, I am pretty dry. Scalp, my skin, all these heaters that are on, and it's just kind of drying out the air. So this was a good experience. That was 1 hour for the Abhyanga. And then the next part was the Shirodhara, which is something I've never heard of. I've only seen images of this, but you're lying on your back and there's like this copper pot that's dripping onto your forehead, onto your third eye, as you can see here. So it's the same oil, warm, and it's just dripping, a continuous flow, not like drops or a steady drip. No, it's like a flow of oil. And that oil, you put it back up. I think there's like a 2-pot method where you kind of keep refilling it. And like I said, there's no shortage of oil being used here. And soon as that started, it felt incredible. I don't know what kind of therapy this is or how this works, but to feel that oil dripping on your head, and you're kind of tilted back, so it drips down and back. Your eyes are covered with cotton and stuff like that. Yeah, I've never felt anything like this. I didn't know what kind of treatment this was, but the feeling for the first maybe minute or so was blissful. And I think what he was doing was that is dripping on the third eye area, and then he'd move it, kind of rotate it, and I could feel the oil kind of falling back onto my hair and stuff like that. Totally soaking everything. I was already soaked before that, but that part of the Shirodhara just kind of just made it even more, and you're dripping here, and within a minute or two, I was gone. I didn't know until it was done. So I'm pretty sure I transcended during that experience through the sense of touch. It was pretty incredible. Yeah, I didn't know. So when I got up and I was done, I felt euphoric. It felt blissful. I felt like I got a new life. And I would highly recommend that part, the Shirodhara part. That was one of the best therapy things I've ever had. Just lying down and having that warm oil drip onto you, onto your scalp, onto your forehead. Nothing like that, nothing like that. And it seems completely passive because the person is just pouring oil on you and it's kind of going in that direction. But I loved it. It was worth every penny of it. And that was Dave who did that for me. Shout out to Dave here at MIU. Thanks for doing that for me. And now at least I know I'll have some insight onto some of these Ayurvedic therapies. If you have tried this Abhyanga or any kind of panchakarma therapy to, rid the body of toxins or anything like this, drop me a comment. This is my first time getting into it. So if you know anything about it, share your experiences, your thoughts, your suggestions on how this stuff works. If you have a place where you go to or a facility, I'm based out of Toronto, so now that I know a little bit about this, I can look more into it, see what's around, what kind of clinics are there. Even if it isn't Maharishi Ayurveda, it still would help. I would still be interested in it. The Maharishi Ayurveda is a thing of its own, done in a certain way, but the other kind of companies and methods are very similar. So, but the Maharishi Ayurveda is very gentle, very, very gentle. Everything is done with ease. Do the least and achieve more through the least effort. That's kind of the motto around here. So I appreciate trying that experience. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Share your experiences or ideas. I'd love to hear it. Peace. Until next time.